you think so?
I'm ready.
Hope so. I'm kind of nervous.
I'm nervous too.
Jesus.
It's time once again for Beer Buds in the Big Sky. We're just a bunch of Montanans trying to figure shit out. So sit back, relax, and join Mike Joe Peck,
God, that dog stinks.
Steve Quinnell,
Get it out of here.
Ryan Hennon,
I think it's Ed.
and your host, Ed.
Hey,
Stinky
man.
Doctor.
No, it's Lord Vader. He's pushing 14. The fucker gets to smell all he wants now.
Yeah, he's earned it.
Oh my God. Anyway, there is a lot to get to. There's so much shit. This fucking stuff is insane.
We're gonna have to record a new one. We can't have you known as Ed Stinky Doctor.
You're right. Yeah, we'll have to record a new intro for sure. We can't.
Stinky Finger Doctor?
I've never been called a stink finger. Yeah, I've been called that. But we'll talk about. I've seen Cleveland's hitting it really hard. He is. He's hitting the trail. He's
Russell.
everywhere.
Oh,
Yep,
the
Russ
trail.
Cleveland,
Okay, we were wondering what you meant there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hitting that bottle real hard. He's like, why am I running as a Democrat?
Just like in Bozeman next, I think I saw.
I don't know much about the guy running against him. I haven't seen anything.
Well, we don't even know if he's filed yet. Yeah, Matt
Supposedly
Raines.
he hasn't filed yet.
I don't think he's filed. I mean, they have till March.
Zinke, his name. You've heard it.
Yeah.
That California guy, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
We don't know much about
Where's
him.
his hat backwards? He's never gonna live that down.
Like
Rides his horse to work.
meeting Cleveland and knowing him now, spending some time with him, it's like, he's the kind of guy that would, he's after the right thing. I really believe that. I don't think the guy cares about lining his pockets. Now, that could change. I remember Diane Sands told me once, like in 2011, she says, you don't understand what happens when you get here. It changes. You change. And I'm like, that's a fucking shitty excuse. I don't think you don't have to change.
Who's
but
Diane Sands?
she was a senator from Missoula years ago.
Oh.
But I was like, as a voter, being like, well, that's a shitty thing to say. She's being honest. I give her credit for that. But it seems like Russ is that kind of guy that I don't think he'd ever come out of his mouth.
Yeah, what does she mean that it changes you?
With the way you vote, the way you think about things, the more you're talking to people, they're changing your opinion on something. Because she voted against some things with, that were popular with Democrats, and she wasn't always, on board. But I think
When you're stuck in the echo chamber, I think maybe during a campaign, and then you actually get there and you have to work with people, you kind of realize that maybe their ideas have some merit when you talk to somebody who is a reasonable person and they believe differently than you.
Yeah,
Those people aren't in the Senate.
all opinions can change, but I took it as like, oh, now I have this power and I'm a different person. I'm on this other level.
That's another way to interpret it, for sure.
Well, that's what I heard. My first day in the House, I remember.
Well, you served with Diane, didn't you?
Yeah, but it was what's his name? Sinrud, guy from Bozeman.
Yeah.
The first day in the House, I remember going in the House chamber and him being there. It's like, God, can't you just feel the power? And he was all red in the face, and I'm like, it's a nice building.
Wow.
Oh man!
Isn't that what the evil people do in superhero movies?
say.
Probably I guess our
villains.
ex-Montana chair
my
probably is like that
creation.
too.
Is it real?
Do you think he was a plant?
Who?
Max,
The vice chair.
the vice chair that got booted after 3 days.
Who cares?
the guy from
Let's
Miami?
move on. I mean,
No, that's funny.
I scrolled through my texts.
Can he be a
and
plant?
I got a text from him.
You did?
And just to exchange
Whoa.
numbers, because I didn't know who he was when I was talking to him.
Oh.
And he didn't introduce himself as running for vice chair. I just thought, well, good. We have
Was
another
he kind of
guy
like a
on our
cheesy
team
salesman
here.
kind of guy?
Yeah, he was really
Gave that
slick.
vibe. Yeah,
very
slick.
very
Slick
slick
dude.
looking.
Yeah.
Probably the best looking one in there, other than you, Ed.
Okay.
And
That's
maybe
fair.
Kevin, but he
Not
just
getting any
I don't
closer to
know.
sleeping with me, Steve.
He's a good talker. I mean,
Married
and
man.
that's what you got to be a politician.
Like Joe Peck.
But
Smooth.
in Montana, that just doesn't play as well. I don't.
No,
think.
I don't think it does.
At least in the old Montana that I used to know.
It changes you.
So-
That's a strange thing to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to picture, Tim Sheehy on the first day of the session.
It'd be nice
and
if he changed.
He's in the Senate cafeteria, and he kind of, looks to his left, and there's Schumer's table, and it's full, and so he kind of sits down, and then,
It's on his Grinder app.
yeah, and then Daines or McConnell comes up, puts his arm around him and says, "I'm going to show you the ropes, kid. Come with me."
Yeah.
I remember John Tester, one of his first days in the U.S. Senate. You hear the story about him. It's pretty good. It's like, he's like, I need a file cabinet. Where's the file cabinets? And he's like, well, you got to fill out this form and then get the file cabinet. He's like, screw that.
Lord.
Show me where they keep him. And he goes down and gets his own file cabinet.
Yeah, what are they
All
gonna
the
do?
staff is like, wait, you can't do that. You got to fill out this paperwork.
What, are they going to kick me out? I got 7 fingers, for God's sake.
I don't know if we'll have a politician like him again.
Probably not.
It's like that at the schools too.
I just don't see it.
You can't just go get the file cabinet out of.
I mean,
even
and,
though there's 700 of them.
You
in
know,
there.
I was talking to our senator here just today at the gas station, and he's a guy. He's always got enough to say. He doesn't say it fast. He's not a lawyer, but he talks like one.
Are we not allowed to say
This
his
sounds
name?
like Dave Fern.
Oh,
It
we are
might
allowed
be.
to say his name.
But
that's good.
I go, Dave, I can't believe this. And he's, he openly supports working with these Republicans.
Sure.
He seems like a guy that doesn't care if Republicans win or lose. He seems to think we're only going to have Republicans for at least a decade. That's his belief. And he's kind of a downer about that stuff. But I'm like, I'm like, Dave, what about the message that, when we started hiring these Republicans hand over fist, these very wealthy Republicans 6 years ago, that's when we started. And they've been nothing but, call the Democrats woke and just hammering on them and getting these people to believe it. Meanwhile, every bill I have has gone up so much in the last 6 years compared to the 10 prior years. So I can look, and I've got records for being in business for 25 years. I can talk about insurance, taxes, health care. I mean, costs of everything.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely everything.
It's absolutely everything.
Yep.
My fryer oil went from $61 to $87. Okay, I mean, I know. What's that going to do to the wing prices?
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
dude, it's
Wings are
it's
You're gonna-
bad.
Kevin,
it's
cut his
bad.
mic.
It's going to be.
And it's just
frying
getting
them in the
started.
same oil for
Everybody's
longer.
feeling it. It's really it's that bad. And MAGA is going to believe everything he says. Right now, he's got inflation under control, and things are cheaper than
They're
they've
gone.
ever been. I mean, they believe all this. And this is where I've just realized that you can't really talk to these people.
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
gone.
give a
Don't
fuck.
bother.
They don't give a
Don't
fuck.
bother.
No. But you do need to reach the middle. And that's what I was talking to Dave about. I go, to me, it's a simple message, how much money we're spending. I mean, my God, on everything. It's horrible, I mean, it's the most, unaffordable state to live in, and it's getting worse. And when you see, all these costs that keep rising, and these wealthy people keep coming here.
You're gonna have to get Vader
and
outta
regular
here,
people
man.
leaving. Really? I can't smell them at all. A lot of cocaine use, I guess. My nose is kind of fucked up.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's a long time ago. Long time
70s.
ago. Yeah, 70s, man.
Statute of limitations is long
Go
gone.
way gone. Yeah. I
Long
mean,
gone.
hey, everybody admits their mistakes.
Well, we
Vader,
should,
get outta here.
And people are bigger men for admitting
That's
their
true.
mistakes. Yeah.
well, we should
Although
prob-
I didn't say cocaine was a mistake.
we should probably talk about the big elephant in the room, the big thing that happened in the last week. Jimmy Kimmel suspended from
Oh, that
ABC.
Yeah, which one? Yeah, I
Right.
know. What the fuck? Every hour.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Epstein.
No, not well.
They're
not yet.
winning.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you did anyone watch the clip that got him suspended?
Oh yes, he was just
We
ripping
we
on
talked
Trump
about it last
for not
week.
caring
Yeah.
about it.
I did. I kept waiting. And it
Yeah.
was
There was
like,
nothing. He did nothing wrong. Oh, and they had the new Turning Point CEO on a news show today on News Nation. Oh, he's just completely offended that Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air. Of
course.
He can't believe it.
Of course.
Because of what he said. I'm like, all I saw that he said, and correct me if I'm wrong, all he said he just basically showed the clip of the reporter saying, "Hey, your good friend is dead. How do you feel?" I think I'm doing good.
I think he said he was MAGA. He said he got killed by a MAGA guy, and that's
Oh, they're trying to turn the narrative.
He
Yeah,
said,
yeah, he
he
did say
said
that.
the MAGA was trying to pin it on anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Anybody but
themselves.
So their big thing is
And
that he
they're-
lied. That's the thing that he told a little lie.
Cash Patel has lied.
I think they're all lying. I know. I don't trust
Hey,
any.
money.
I don't trust anything written on any bullets.
By the
I
way,
do not at all.
Isn't Cash Patel a DEI hire? I mean,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
or is it just?
I don't know what he is.
I mean,
He's like a funny little man.
Okay.
I don't know what you would say.
How many
He's
times?
a freak.
How many times in the last 8 years have you heard "fuck ICE" and "abolish ICE"? Plenty. You know what I have never heard once? Anti-ICE.
Yeah.
And that's what was written on the bullets.
Right.
Anti-ICE.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
like,
that was-
Anti-ice.
that
That
was
was
the shooting
really
today.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the shooting today.
So
was
you're
the shooting
telling
Like, there's
me
no way that's
outside.
true.
you're telling me
And
this
they-
person
and they
is-
shot the prisoners.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're
They said,
anti-ICE.
"Oh, he just randomly
Yeah.
fired into a van."
Not only do they fuck up the verbiage, but then they don't even kill the ICE agents. They shoot some detainees.
It couldn't be more
This whole
unbelievable.
thing stinks.
I think it's getting more and more ridiculous, and it's going to keep getting more and more ridiculous. And these people, a lot of Americans are just going to be so flustered. It's so fucked up that when it comes time to vote next fall, there's not going to be any voting.
Yeah.
There's going to be something. We're going to declare martial law because
The
the
FBI
government's
thinks-
going to keep shooting at ICE, but killing prisoners because that's good, and blaming it on the left. I just don't see this stopping.
It's gonna be. I'm telling you,
This
it's
is
gonna
nuts.
be.
Isn't it?
If
It
I've
is.
learned anything in the last 8 years, whatever is the dumbest and the funniest result is what's likely going to happen. So it'll be something like, the eve of the election, 2 weeks out, and Mr. President, are you starting a ground war with Venezuela to declare a national emergency to suspend the election? And Trump will say something like, Homer, he used to choke Bart, but he can't do that anymore. He can't do it. He used to choke him, and things were good, and now things are really bad. If he chokes again, things are good. It's a nice family.
And he'll say, I would never do that.
And you'll just
then
be
in a
like,
week he
what
does
the
it.
hell is he talking about?
Well, I mean, everything he talks about, he would never weaponize the Department of Justice. He's doing that exactly right now.
What's more likely to happen is that there will only be one cabinet supervisor. He's just going to put it all into one person's hands. I think we should kind of try to figure out who
RFK
that
can handle
is.
that.
It's either going to be RFK,
way more efficient,
or Rubio.
I don't even know at this point
little Marco.
who is in his cabinet. I assume the Department of
only like
Agriculture is
5
a
people.
snarling dog. I have no idea who it is. I don't know.
Well, we should go back and watch the clip of his last cabinet meeting.
Oh yeah, those sycophants.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, but Kimmel got the boot for 72 hours?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, not even 3 days, right?
Not even 3 days.
He was back on last night.
The worst part was now I got to defend Jimmy Kimmel. of
Well,
all
that's
people.
because it's Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Disney. They, the most woke media company of
Yeah.
all. Look at
$5 billion is what they lost in subscriptions.
Is that right?
Really?
Yeah.
So people really did boycott. They fucking.
Right.
Well, so that's all it takes is to realize that $5 billion that your entire market.
So you don't
is
have to kill a
liberal.
CEO. Right. Yeah. You don't want to lose all the liberals.
Right. Yeah.
So you don't have to kill a CEO. You
No.
can actually boycott.
So
and do
Kimmel
things like
got $5 billion worth of cancellations?
Yeah, I got a lot.
that. Yeah,
That was a
I
lot.
guess so.
So that's why he was reading how to get
Yeah.
people re-signed up.
So yeah.
So he had 264 million views on his YouTube. His average was 2004 or
Yeah,
something like that.
that's crazy.
6.7 million, 25 times.
It's like in America, you can get fired for either quoting Charlie Kirk directly,
Yes.
or
Yes, you can.
or saying that someone who dressed up as Trump for Halloween a few years ago was likely MAGA. But if you say there should be systematic executions of the homeless population, that's totally fine.
No, you're cheered.
That's fine.
That's part of
I got
the
it. Got it.
Kilmeade.
Just so I'm clear, I got it.
I mean, Kilmeade should have been fired for that. I'm not the guy. I mean, I believe in free speech without a doubt, and I don't like how
I don't know if he should have been fired, but it's like
reprimanded something. Like, you can't just say that maybe these people should be killed.
I think the
I mean,
better.
his net worth is fucking through all the Fox
surprised.
newscasters.
I think
are
the
very
better
well-
response to that
when
is
he's
to-
acting in an official position like he was in that interview, he can't say shit like that.
Who?
Well, I mean,
Kilmeade.
I think.
Well, no, he's a
can.
newscaster. It wasn't like anything official about it. Just on the Fox show.
Oh, okay, he's
I-
not.
Yeah.
Who knows? I thought all the Fox cast was in the cabinet
You
now.
would think so.
I think he can
Well,
say
that's a
it,
stepping stone.
and I don't think Brian Kilmeade should be fired because it'd be pretty hypocritical for us to say he should be fired given what happened in the last week. But I think it's free to openly mock people that watch his show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
to
laugh in
call
their
him
face.
out, yeah.
And to laugh in their face and say you are not serious. You are not involved in these discussions. When the adults are going to talk. When you're done playing with your dolls, come down for dinner. That's how I feel like treating these people.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's what our viewers say, too.
Yeah.
without a doubt. Yeah. I mean, yes. Stop. Some people aren't so nice.
But I think the thing I think about with this is all this is we are one step closer. We got rid of Colbert, tried to get rid of Kimmel. He's now calling for the firing of Seth Meyers and of Jimmy
Right.
Fallon. I think we're all just one step closer to what this is all about, and that's Donald Trump hosting the Tonight Show. I think it's his dream job. Could you?
see
He
that.
would be funny.
Oh,
No,
it would be
hilarious.
incredible. Could
I
you
mean,
imagine?
hilarious.
Oh, I can.
Could
Look at the
you
drapes in here.
imagine?
We got it.
Angelina Jolie, look at those cans.
Oh my God! I mean, and there's a million hosts, and they all distribute Democratic slop, and it pretty much sucks. But imagine is counter programming. Donald Trump. It's on the White House lawn. He comes out, and there's a full crowd of just hooting MAGA heads, just idiots,
Trump,
screaming,
Trump,
whoop, whoop, whoop,
Trump.
yelling, and he gets to get up there and tell jokes.
Sign a few executive orders.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my God!
On the show.
He gets to
That's
riff
right.
on pop culture topics.
Yeah.
He
Do
gets
it,
to
do it right from the Oval Office.
He gets to have little segments where he's like, "Let's gossip," and he talks about, and then he gets to
He'll have Kid
interview
Rock on.
celebrities.
He'll get
Oh my
Kid
God!
Rock's going to be on.
It
Lee
would
Greenwood.
be. I'm telling you,
Scott Baio. Scott Baio would probably be his Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
I can see that.
old people are getting into bed, to watch their stories,
Yeah,
and they
they're
just
all
turn it
happy.
on. And
one thing that hasn't really been talked about so much is that we didn't hear a whole lot from the Democratic side after
Anything?
Kimmel got canceled. We heard a lot from, who
You
got the
hear
headlines?
AOC and
Who got the headlines? Ted Cruz got the headlines.
Right.
That was
Mitch
interesting.
McConnell
Yeah.
got the
Yeah,
headlines
yeah,
because
yeah.
they said
This is wrong.
this is mafioso style,
Yeah.
right out of Goodfellas. Ted Cruz says
Right.
this.
But what does
right?
that say about? I mean, I don't know. What maybe it says more about me than it does about Ted Cruz. When I hear Ted Cruz say something like that, I'm like, oh my god, that is shocking.
Oh, yeah,
I
you're
cannot
really-
believe that he had an independent thought of his own.
Where the fuck am I?
That's unbelievable.
It doesn't seem right. I
Like,
know.
has he been kidnapped? Is he blinking Morse code saying "Help me"?
Donald, you will not talk about
Well,
my wife.
Even Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, you will.
came.
Right.
He agreed.
Really?
He said
Cocaine.
Come
said-
on, he
he
can't
said-
be alive.
he said
Is
Ted
he?
Cruz.
Legally,
No,
he's still
he,
alive.
he
We
and,
can't have Mitch's.
he and Trump are going to have a
heard a
dance
thing
off
from him.
the next time they
Oh.
play the national anthem.
Good.
God.
Or God Bless America.
You haven't seen. I think it's too embarrassing to put him on camera because he was always on camera, and now you just don't see Mitch
can't.
McConnell anywhere.
Yeah,
You
he'll
can't. I think
glitch
it's
out
sad.
again.
Yeah, he'll.
The one thing that we did see from the Democrats though is guess what they did? Instead of coming out, and all of them lining up and talking about censorship and all that, what did they do? They introduced a bill to prevent it from happening.
Oh,
well,
interesting.
that's not real fun or flashy.
Kevin, can you play a video if I send it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So speaking of what Steve said, I did see that Jake Tapper, you know who that is?
Yeah.
Or as Trump calls him, Jake Crapper.
Yep.
It was just so good.
Crapper.
So good.
wrote
He
a-
said,
wrote a-
His
Book
nicknames
bash.
are better than W's nicknames. I mean, W
Oh,
had
yeah.
nicknames too, but
and they
Trump's-
try.
Trump's the master.
They try. The Democrats had Dangerous Donald for a while, and it's like you're not going to beat Crapper. You're not going to beat.
Right.
You're not going to beat Meatball Ron. You're not going to beat Cocaine Mitch. Anyway,
Little
Crapper
Marco.
said he was on Seth Meyers' show, and he said that it was pretty much the most direct infringement by the government on free speech that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And, this was also the same guy who demanded that college students be expelled for protesting
Yes.
Gaza.
Yep.
So
Yep.
zip it, Crapper.
Shut the
Zip
fuck
it.
up.
I don't want to hear it from you. You had
No.
your chance. You blew it.
He blew it big time.
You blew it.
So which amendment are they stepping on? It's like the first one, right? It starts off with the word Congress, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But that's not the administration. That's Congress.
Yeah, but the courts have ruled
They're
that
one and the same right now.
the courts have ruled that anytime a state actor directs a private actor to curtail speech, it's a violation of the First Amendment. So it's like, because in effect is what you're doing is the government is putting a chilling effect on speech by saying if the president were to call Steve's boss and say, hey, if Steve says this, he needs to be fired, it's a pretty clear violation of the First Amendment.
But they say private businesses can do whatever they want now.
Right, I
Oh,
know. It's so-
okay. So now First Amendment doesn't matter in private life. I mean, every day they come up with this bullshit. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I know.
You try that shit in a private workplace and get away with it. You
right.
can't.
I'm going to send you this video, Kev.
Well, and the thing that bothers me is that the issue is that the very foundations for years, for 200 and however many years since the Constitution, what is almost 250 years?
Yeah.
Since the Constitution was passed and adopted, we have these are kind of generally accepted rules.
Yeah.
And we're just rolling over. Everybody is rolling over. What did the Democrats
Exactly
do
rolling
besides?
over.
It's
I
clear.
mean,
What
they're
what
doing
did they
whatever
do?
they want.
The
and
Democrats and progressives, what did they do? They asked for another poll
Hold
to
on,
figure out
hold on, we gotta-
what people think about.
I sent a video
it's
here
like
to Kev.
consultants
Jesus.
will help. They would
sent-
help.
I
I
sent
think
a
they would help
video
that
here to
situation.
All you got to
completely.
do is react.
All right,
Your
hold
gut
on.
feeling.
Hold on. I sent a video here to Kev. This is so. Go back to the beginning there, Kev. Unmute it. Go back to the beginning. So this is Chuck Schumer. This was his response here to this whole Jimmy Kimmel thing.
Is he like 75 now?
He's a young 84.
The young 84.
He's 84.
Uh-oh.
Schumer's 84.
He shouldn't be there either. I mean, what the
No,
fuck are we doing?
No, I know.
It's part of the goddamn problem.
So I get when they make the argument about term limits in Montana.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to run. I mean, really, you don't get paid a lot. It's Montana. It's rural as fuck. I think if you did that, you might run out of people to run in a lot of rural places. So I get that argument. But at this level, the U.S. Senate, I don't want people being there for 30, 40 years. I don't.
Well, I don't want 85-year-olds making rules.
We know Donald Trump watches a lot of television. Mr. President, if you're watching television, shut it off and come sit down and negotiate with us.
Oh, sure.
We know Donald Trump watches a lot
Well,
of
that
television.
is really, I mean,
Mr. President, if you're
Whoa,
watching television, shut it off
stern is this man?
and come sit
This
down and
is,
negotiate with us.
we cannot have rhetoric like this. I
That
mean,
is
this
harsh.
is dangerous.
That is harsh.
He is whipping people up into.
He's asking the president to sit down at a table with him.
He
No,
is,
no, it's to shut the TV off.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah.
told
He
him to shut.
is-
He
He
told him
didn't
what to
ask
do.
him.
Yeah.
He fucking told him.
this. I mean, this kind of, demagogue, and this is going to get people killed.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
You're right. You're
This
right.
is
That's
exactly
inciting
what they were.
violence.
This is exactly what they were talking about the Democrats radicalizing people. I don't know about you, but I've got chills.
Yeah. Well, didn't you say the other day, like,
By any means necessary,
you said like a
Mr.
month,
President,
That
put
was
down the
was
TV.
that was a threat. I think.
you said a month ago something like, I don't see Schumer radicalizing anything.
Right, well, it's
he
like-
can't radicalize a pickle.
I showed that video to so many people and was like,
The
"This
most radical thing he's done is eat dinner at
is
5:30
yeah, this
instead
is
of
the
4:30.
yeah
I
right.
mean,
This is the great devil that they speak
It's
of
gonna be
on
tough
the
on
left."
my stomach. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep.
Yeah. Anyway, what a joke.
That is that's okay. We were just talking about it, like Steve just says. Why don't the Democrats do anything? Why don't I don't really know. I mean, essentially, they are powerless. The people of America gave the power to Trump. Trump has, and they knew.
Well, they seem to be voiceless too.
Very voiceless.
they're wringing their hands over trying not to say the wrong thing.
But listen,
That's why
we were
they're-
all warned.
That's why they're sending out all these polls to figure out, what do Americans want to hear, instead of
no shit.
reacting from their
They might
gut,
wanna
which
hear
is
the
what
truth.
has gotten
Right.
Republicans to where they are. It's where the MAGA movement came from, is speaking from their gut and not really thinking about what they were
Well,
saying.
the people knew. We were all warned. A lot of, obviously leftist, liberal media saying, if
Yeah.
he wins, he's taking absolute power and it's
Sure.
going to be a shit show. Of
course he is.
Everybody was warned. We all knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. He had the Supreme Court in his back pocket. And that was the thing under the 4 years of Biden being
That's
like,
why they're
God,
there.
if Trump wins, man, oh my God, he's got his fucking people
Yeah,
back.
but
with
no
bans.
one really believed it until people started getting fired.
Right.
It was the firing of the federal employees that got people
Do you know they
shaken
just
up a
they
little
just
bit.
rehired over
too.
700 employees
Yeah.
after 7 months, and they all
they
get
get back
paid.
pay.
They get back pay, full back pay, because they said they need them. Holy
The-
fuck! I mean, there's so much. Oh,
Your Department of
but that's
Government
Musk's
real
Efficiency
quick,
at
this is
work.
what he did today too.
That's Musk's fault, though. That's all
Dude.
Musk's fault.
It is. It's you can just pan that off on fucking Musk.
No, it's not Musk's fault. Who
No.
put him there? Fucking
Well,
Trump
no,
did.
that's
Jesus
what I'm saying.
Christ.
But it's easy for him to just.
Well,
he's-
right, yeah,
He's got fall
exactly.
guys
He's
everywhere.
just-
So these
Steve Quinnell
researchers,
defends Elon Musk.
these researchers that
You got one of those e-cars, I think.
wait.
I don't need a whole trillion. Just
So these
Just a million,
there's a,
Elon. Just a million,
report that
Elon.
comes out every year and has since
one
like the
1,000th.
60s.
Oh yeah, the
This will be like Eisenhower started it or something. Hungry,
food, yeah,
hunger
the
report,
food report, food poverty or something like
yeah,
that.
hunger. Americans suffering from hunger. He canceled the report. It's done. And
Yeah.
he got rid of all the people that do these numbers. And of course, MAGA's like, oh yeah, because they're lying anyway. Ain't nobody hungry in this country. There's fucking rats to eat right over there. I can do that. I can eat a rat. It ain't gonna hurt me. I'll do anything for President Trump.
Their line is, if you're hungry, it's your own damn fault.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
don't
It
work
is.
hard enough.
Yeah. You can
You
go
don't
pick
work
that
hard
apple off
enough.
Remember
that
that?
tree.
Remember that song that was big a couple years ago?
I don't care if you got
Taxes-
autism from Tylenol. You don't work hard enough.
Taxes not pay for your bags of fudge rounds. The fucking Oliver Anthony guy, that fucking guy. And then he got divorced, and his
love
wife
fudge
took like
rounds.
all his money. He was like, "Well, sorry, pal.
Yeah,
That
sorry.
sucks."
Yeah, that sucks for you.
But it is very ironic, I guess, that
All
you
of
have
it
all
is.
these people that are saying, "Look, Charlie Kirk was a champion of free speech, and anyone who says otherwise will be fired." It's like, okay, well, that's kind
That
of
makes
odd.
a lot of sense. You know? Well, the cancel culture is so big on the
It
right
wasn't
right
a
now.
champion
It's worse than it ever was on the left. It
bad.
is really bad.
Like I said last week, the left engages in cancel culture and says it doesn't exist, and the right engages in cancel
says, "It's
culture
here.
and
We're
says,
doing
it's,
it.
and,
fault.
and
Fuck
says it's
you.
bad.
Fuck you. We're doing it.
Well, you had Megyn Kelly say,
Oh,
"Boy,
dude.
she's a piece of work."
Oh my god.
She said,
fucking hot though.
she said-
I hate that she's hot as fuck. I hate that.
She
part.
said, "Just think for a minute the complaints, the irate viewer feedback they must have gotten to cancel Jimmy Kimmel." And it's like, no, you moron. The chairman of the SEC issued a threat to ABC and said,
It was a
"We
threat.
can do
We
this."
all saw it.
Like it was like a cartoonish, like mobster threat.
Yeah,
You know,
he
we can do
was.
this
The
the
hard way.
easy way or the hard
do
way.
this easy way or
Yeah,
the hard
see.
way.
So did you
Yeah.
see Kimmel on his show had De Niro play the head of the FCC?
He played it quite
did,
well.
yeah.
He played it really well. That was great. That was funny. Where like a beep beep,
Guido.
and I do the beep. You
Yeah.
know, like that. It was
Guido.
merely a suggestion.
You,
It's not a threat.
What do you want from me?
I'm watching you, fucker.
So who's next, though? Who's the next comedian to go?
I don't know. Like I said, I think
I
Fallon and Myers are on their
can
way
we get
out.
Ed canceled? I mean, think of the viewers we get if we get Ed canceled.
I'm starting to campaign right now. Red Ed. Red Ed. We're gonna cancel Red Ed. So you know, Steve's a high school teacher, and the whole.
Supposed to tell anybody that he's
the whole well, he was, but he's been fired already. Before, when I saw that Megyn Kelly thing, you know, I always have this thought when I think about J.D. Vance or any of these.
I have a thought when I think of Megyn Kelly.
Any of these knuckleheads, where it's like, there's no way, because they're all lawyers and they're all Ivy League educated. There's no way they're this stupid.
Yeah.
It reminded me of, we read a book in high school. It
think.
reminded me of a quote from Upton Sinclair. You know Upton Sinclair.
Yep.
He wrote The Jungle, you know, about the meat packing plants in Chicago.
Yep.
And it said, he had a great quote where it said, "It is difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends on his not understanding it." I think about that all the time when I think about these
He was
people.
talking about fingers and hands.
What
and
kind of
body
books,
parts getting mixed in with the ground beef?
What kind of books they read
sausage.
in school now?
On Freedom Week.
Spicy
It's
queer
Freedom Week.
anthology, or
Oh, it depends on how bad your English teacher is in terms of wanting to make you into a transvestite or a trans person. But
well, it's like you know, Ed and I were talking.
we still read Shakespeare.
Okay.
We do.
Stratford
Even though-
upon Avon, right?
Yeah.
That's where he was born.
Yeah, even though there's some sexual content in there, so it has to be in there.
In a book in high school, they're not supposed to know about that stuff.
It has to be in their syllabus, and then they have to let the parents know 4 weeks
what a
before they
syllabus is.
start.
Didn't Shakespeare times
fancy
women
talk.
weren't allowed to?
Yeah, it was all male
So
actors.
Yeah, they're all male
men
actors.
would dress as women. Woke, get it out of here. We're done.
well.
You're fired.
The founders of this country wore powdered wigs and high
they were
heels.
fags.
Hey,
I mean,
they were fucking
Jesus
fags.
Christ.
The founders of this country, they want me to have my AR-15 in a McDonald's. Okay.
They all take
Well,
up
and
each
Ben
other's
Franklin,
balls.
don't tell me a guy didn't get in there. With Ben Franklin.
Oh,
in
yeah,
order
for
in
sure.
order to maintain a well-armed militia.
They were studying back in Greece.
Can we
how
go
the
back
leaders
to
acted
let's
there.
go back to censorship a minute, because
Yeah.
Hegseth is complicit in censorship now too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what he's doing with the armed forces. Did you see what he did?
A
with
MAGA tent. They had a pop-up MAGA tent at the 82nd Airborne. in
purging
Texas.
members of the
Illegal.
He's trying to purge members of
Yes.
of the armed forces who said anything bad about Charlie
Well,
Kirk.
they have to
Purging
sign.
them.
They have to sign a loyalty thing to like Trump or something because they're having some celebration. And then the
Seems
ones that
fine.
won't, they need to be switched out for pro-Trump.
I mean, these
military.
people are facing disciplinary actions
Right.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the
No, for
military
sure.
Speaking of-
for saying something against Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was not a member of the military.
He was a podcaster like us.
Yeah,
He was
he
a
was-
brother in arms.
A brother in arms. Brother in arms for sure. Big time.
I mean,
Hey, can you do this?
Didn't hurt. Yeah.
We should all shorten our teeth and have more gums like Charlie.
I don't know. It's just there's so many head scratching moments. I think
I
I've
know.
worn a couple
If you're going to
grooves
keep
into
them
my
well,
head.
you're
maybe
going to
this
lose
is-
your
That's
hair.
why come to my side, Steve. Just
I think
laugh.
that's where
Just
Kevin-
have fun
or
with it
that's-
all.
I do laugh.
This is where Ryan came up with the next thing, saying capitalism is out, socialism's in. This Kimmel thing, this bullshit with the military, all this stuff's
Not
going
if
on.
you ask Max, you know,
No,
the
of
Montana
course not. No,
Democrat.
Max, he does not like them socialist Democrats.
Well, I mean, speaking of DEI hires, what about Pete Hegseth? I mean, if we truly were a meritocracy,
That's a DUI hire.
Yeah, that's good. If we truly were a meritocracy, he'd be hosting the news somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really all he's ever done.
Yeah, no. The thing about the Trump administration, what I really believe that they are DEI, they're equal opportunity. You don't need any fucking prior experience in anything to become a member in his
You don't
cabinet.
have to be an
You can
expert
run a
on
Department
anything.
of Energy, and you could have
Yeah.
been a zookeeper.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
You can be a 22-year-old
Yep.
former aide and be head
Again,
of the NSA.
hey,
You can.
Charlie Kirk was all about meritocracy. He wanted the most qualified person
Exactly.
for the job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Pete probably shouldn't have been hired.
I mean,
So
Steve
so
was
do you
telling me
think-
he wouldn't fly on a plane with a black pilot. He said that the other day. So, I mean, we got a lot of life with Charlie.
So two things on the censor.
You can afford
on
to
the,
fly.
That's not true. Yeah, I don't fly anywhere. So
Two things on the
forget
censorship
I'm a
before
high
we
school
move on.
teacher.
One, did you see Roseanne Barr's comment?
I did not. I saw it, but I just saw it come through, and
It's
I didn't.
pretty good. She must be on Ambien again.
Oh, yeah.
Because
She's on something. All
she
the time.
said she came out and said on she posted on Twitter, yeah, this is horrible. Imagine if if an administration went after a comedian they didn't like and got them fired. You know, insinuating that it happened to
Yeah,
her, and then I was
yeah.
like, wait a minute. That was 2018. Fucking Trump was president.
Trump
like,
was
what the
president
hell
when
are
she
you
got
talking
canceled,
about?
yep. And why didn't he step
moron?
in then? I
Yeah,
wonder.
you
Save
idiot.
his friend. She's a complete lunatic.
She's the one that said.
Her and Rosie O'Donnell should probably just fall in love.
She said
and
the
move to an island
Obama
together.
advisor Valerie Jarrett was an offspring of Planet of the Apes.
Roseanne said that?
Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she blamed it on Ambien. She was like, I took some pills and
What do you think of
Yeah,
all
we've
this
all
shit?
been there.
Yeah,
All this
right.
shit, is this why?
eat a half a pie and you fucking
Is this why
fire something
Mamdani's
off.
doing so well and AOC's being popular? People are
Probably.
looking at her as a leader of the party, which I don't
Yeah.
see, but people are saying it. I mean, but the thing is, real quick, the income gap is still getting wider and wider,
Yeah.
and it's really accelerating the last 8 months.
Oh yeah, biggest ever.
Biggest ever, and the prices have gone up so much for everything. Only thing going down is gas right now because
Right.
people have money to travel. That's always happens.
Well,
with
it's
gas.
always
When
a
there's
fall
less,
thing.
There's
Well,
less imports coming in.
After
There's
the
less
summer
need for
season,
oil.
it always goes down.
It does. It does. But also with less travel, less imports, less stuff. I mean, you're gonna need. It's gonna be less demand.
Well, I think a lot of young people, when they hear socialism, they think about investing in infrastructure and public schools.
Well, and they might be able to own a house.
Right. I
That-
think that's
could
what
be
they
because
think
they
of.
know right now they're not buying a fucking house.
Because
I mean, 70% of the millennials out there are not buying a fucking house.
You know,
They're
and,
just
you
not.
know,
I don't think 99% of Americans really know what socialism is.
No, there's no
unfortunately.
chance. No,
there's
okay.
no
That's-
chance.
Well, they equal it as bad. They're like, oh, it's bad. It's Mussolini. You know, it's
And these
this.
young people are finding out that we live in a healthcare system where, your eyes and your teeth cost extra. Those are luxury
Yeah,
items
those are
to
luxury
a
items.
healthcare company.
I know.
Your luxury bones in your mouth.
And
Your
if
health,
you
your
pay,
health is a luxury
you
item.
gotta pay
and if you
extra for
pay the
those.
70 or 80
Jesus.
bucks a month for dental insurance, none of it goes towards a deductible.
Right.
You have to still pay the full bill.
Right.
I just got a bill.
Like, how does that make sense?
I got a bill in the mail today from 6 months ago. From
You should pay your
from
bill, Steve.
March. No, I haven't seen it yet. I had
believe
I
they're
had some
probably
skin
back.
cancer removed. It went to the lab.
Oh, yeah, they
I
probably-
finally got the fucking bill 6 months later. How does a normal, regular family budget for that kind of stuff?
You don't.
When you have no idea what it's going to cost, you just know it's going to be somewhere in the future.
Yeah,
And
that's fucked up.
fortunately, I have a little bit of savings that I can dip into to pay for that. But the average family doesn't. And when they get
No.
a bill 6 months later for something, I mean, why is there not a list of here's what's going to cost? And you should know when you walk out of there what you owe.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
No.
It is bullshit.
It is
Well,
the
the whole
biggest-
healthcare thing. I had a.
It is bullshit.
What's it called when you're 50 years old? You go get it. A colonoscopy.
colonoscopy.
They found skin cancer in my butthole.
Nice.
Don't know how. I mean, drinking, passing out naked a bunch.
You gotta
of
need
stuff.
s-
That's
suns-
because
sunscreen.
you were trying
Yeah.
to
Sunscreen. I was
prevent
using
COVID,
sunscreen.
but by sunning your ass,
I
weren't
was.
you?
I was.
That's
but,
what it was.
But like, listen, you really got to get this taken care of. We'll schedule it. They
Yeah.
never schedule it. 6 months go by, I forget about it. I go to find my physical. I told my doctor, he's like, "What the
Christ.
fuck?" He goes, "You got to be shitting me." I go, "No." He goes, "Take your pants off." I'm like, man, I thought we avoided this because I got the colonoscopy.
Right. He
You
said,
know, it's
take
like
your pants
one
off,
time
and you
didn't
said,
have to-
well, $20 is $20.
It is $20, you know. But he's like, "Oh yeah, what the fuck?" He goes, "This has to come off." I'm like, "Jesus Christ," you know, like,
Good
freak
Lord.
me out, you know.
little
And
bedside
so I
manner,
call them,
Doc.
they're like, you
So
know,
they cut it off or
We don't
what?
have an order. Yeah, it sucked. Super hot nurse too. That was so embarrassing. Because I just don't have the most flattering body. I don't think. Not anymore, you know.
Her backside anyway.
And she's
But
super hot. I was
this
like,
thing
fuck.
this thing that always pops up, this young people love socialism, and you see these
yeah,
polls
yeah.
where it was 2010, where I don't remember what the article says. I think it was +7. It was 7% favorability rating for socialism, and now it's 36. So it's gone up 30 points in
since
about
the pandemic,
in about
really.
15 years.
Yeah, since everything got so unaffordable. 'Cause
74%.
at some point, people are going to want to change. They're going to want a real change when I think nobody can afford
Well,
the
because I
goddamn
think
thing.
a lot of people are wising up to this is just a big debate about what we spend the trillions of dollars on. The federal
But
government.
that's what it
the
should
poll
be.
is also polling Democrats.
Yeah.
If they poll the general voters, you'll actually find out it's the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
General public is against it.
but I think, I think there's something to be said about reading this and then thinking about, look, we have a $1 billion airplane from Qatar that none of us will ever fly in. We have a $200 billion ballroom that they're building, or $200 million
At least,
ballroom
You know, those costs are going to go
that
up.
none of us will ever eat in.
You never know. We could get famous. with
Right,
the
so it's like
podcast and-
Yeah,
there's
we'll be
never
invited
any
to
money.
us.
How are we going to pay for it? So you know,
No,
and then
they're
they
always
act,
crying that.
and then they act surprised when they see things.
And then
like
look
that.
when they pass a budget and it's fucking trillions.
Well,
and
there's
trillions
no
of
way
dollars.
that there's no way they're saving any money from the whole Doge thing.
No,
way they're
no,
saving any
Jesus
money. The
Christ,
amount of money they're spending.
But dumb people believe they do.
no.
And I
the
hate to say that.
advertisement,
Gotta
just
stop
the
saying that, but
airtime.
A lot of people believe they
the
do.
airtime for advertising for ICE agents is
Right.
got to be more than they've saved
Right.
in
I'll tell you,
firing
90% of your
federal
people out there
employees.
wearing a MAGA hat, though, they know for a fact Doge saved billions of
don't
dollars.
care.
Hundreds of zillions of dollars, in fact.
Well,
I mean, there is a
yeah.
30% of this country
It's
that.
their identity.
And they
I mean,
vote. And they
yeah.
vote. And you know who doesn't vote? The 22-year-old fucking
Right.
stoner that hates his life, hates what's going on, can't afford a goddamn thing.
All I
works 3
wanted was a
jobs.
Pepsi, just one Pepsi.
Just one.
Well, you were talking about Mamdani, and it's like the Democrats
He's going to win.
are still baffled by this.
Yeah, I know. Oh, they
they're
won't
still.
support him.
There was a
He's going to win.
Kamala Harris was on
In New
Fred
York
Savage's
City.
show last night. Rachel Maddow.
Fred Savage was on Rachel Maddow.
No,
What?
The Wonder Years.
the joke was Rachel Maddow looks like Fred Savage.
Fred, yes. Yeah,
Anyway,
that's my joke. Come on.
and she asked.
On the early Wonder Years.
Yeah,
right?
she asked
Yeah.
Kamala, how do you feel about Mamdani? Do you support him? You know, he won the primary. And she said, as far as I'm concerned, he's the Democratic nominee, so he should be supported. And then Maddow pushed back and said, do you endorse his candidacy? And she said, I support the Democrat in the race. Sure, but let me say this. He's not the only star in the party. So even,
Who said that?
Kamala.
Oh, that was
even
Kamala?
supporting this guy.
Kamala's been talking lately. Why? Shut the fuck up.
She needs to go.
She wants to
away. I'm
lose it.
Go the
sorry.
fuck away.
How is she so bad? She had 6 months to prepare for all these interviews and this book tour, and it's unbelievable how unprepared she is and how terrible her answers are.
Well,
it's crazy.
I think we.
She would be lost
we
on
got
this
lucky.
stupid fuck.
We got lucky. We
Thank
got
God she's not president.
Thank God she's not president.
No shit, right? Yeah. Hey,
I mean-
what tip of the craft to MAGA on that one? Maybe we dodged a bullet on
But
that one.
Mamdani's
Man, I'm
got a,
so glad we
got a
didn't get
message.
Al Gore
you know?
either
That's part
back
of the
then.
thing that
He's got a good
Democrats.
message.
He's
He
got a
does have
message.
a message. He's,
You
I'm
know,
not
and
Trump.
It's not the
20
his
government
message isn't,
groceries.
I'm not the other guy.
Right.
He's got actually a
Yes.
forward-looking message, and that's the part that Democrats
And he
are
gets
missing.
ripped on for wanting to have government-run grocery stores.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Go shop at Safeway. You don't have. Nobody's going to make you go to a government store. But hillbillies are. They're like, they're going to make you shop at a government store. I think you can government cheese.
FVCC is
I
not
get it free
putting,
anyway.
FVCC is not putting Yale out of business.
Well,
No.
and just
Right.
wait
It's
until
insane.
I mean, they have state-run liquor stores in New York as well.
Montana's all state-run
Yeah,
liquor,
yeah.
so it's no real different, you know. And the state of Montana isn't making sure, like, they're not regulating prices like a state-run grocery store, so people can afford it.
Yeah.
You know, liquor is very expensive. I mean, it is, and people can charge whatever the fuck they want. You know,
And maybe I'm just too cynical, and I talk too much shit about
Maybe.
the Democrats. But it would not surprise me in the least. You know, we had our old buddy Chuck Schumer up on the video. It would not surprise me a little bit if the grand bargain that he's trying to work out with President Trump right now, because they're trying to pass a budget bill,
Right.
would be, look, the Democrats, we will agree to codify the Doge cuts. You know, everything that Doge wanted, we're willing to codify those if Trump's willing to endorse Cuomo for mayor of New York City.
That's pretty cynical.
God,
I
I
would-
thought
That's
you were
pretty,
going to
yeah,
say they're going to
cynical.
raise the retirement age to 69.
Oh, that's coming.
Yeah.
75.
You know, I
We'll
remember,
get there.
Oh God.
We'll get
Well,
there. But so this was
let's go back to you were talking about AOC running for president. Did you
Yes.
see
Well, no, I
what? Did
wasn't.
you see what?
I said a lot of people see her as the leader.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't think she's running for president.
Well,
there is no leader of the party right now. It's not Kamala Harris. It's not AOC. Thank God. I don't think it is anyway. But did you see what?
It's Jimmy
did
Kimmel.
you see what?
I
What,
think it is Jimmy
our-
Kimmel. I
what
think
our-
you're right about that.
what our famous lady in the Senate said? Lindsey Graham said about Trump.
She's a
today.
fancy lady.
boy,
He
whatever.
said if he wants to
said
run
something?
again in 2028, I'll support that.
Boy, whatever they have on Lindsay, when it comes out, it's going to be dark.
Newsflash.
I don't think it's anything that
No, nobody's gonna be surprised.
Anybody
he's gay.
with South Carolina
Nobody would be
ties-
surprised. That's what I love about Bill Maher. He always insinuates Graham's gay. He
he's
has
a-
for 25 years. I love it.
He
It's funny as fuck.
is, right?
He is the J. Edgar Hoover of the Senate right now. I mean,
Yeah, he is.
he is a cross-dresser. He's gay.
Okay,
from-
was he cross-dressed?
Isn't he from South Carolina?
Yes, yeah.
J. Edgar
Everybody,
Hoover.
He used to work in the State
everybody
Department.
from
He's
South
one of the
Carolina
203
knows him.
guys.
Yeah. J. Edgar Hoover is a notorious crossdresser.
Yeah, that one I know, but I haven't seen pictures of Lindsay.
Well, anybody with ties to South Carolina has heard these rumors, and they're all true. Growing up in South Carolina,
He's just a Southern
it's
bachelor.
yes, it is the politics there. There is definitely this kind of schmoozy kind of gay feeling to the politics there. I don't know how else to say it.
I think,
but there are
it's
so
very
many
flamboyant,
politicians
very flamboyant,
that you're just
right?
like,
They're all
I'm
flamboyant.
like, I think I have a decent gaydar, and I've talked to politicians there, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like you are so gay.
He's
Was it
pretty
Roy Brown
fluid. Yeah, he's pretty fluid in his beliefs. I mean, he believes one thing one week, next week he's on the next page.
Some of those are
Whatever they want to dress me up as, I'm
he is.
okay
He's
with
a-
that.
Roy Brown.
Yeah.
You served with Roy Brown.
Oh yeah.
Remember him wearing the weird
Vegetarian.
fucking weird shit? I don't know what it's called.
Oh, it's called an
he was a
ascot?
senator in an ascot.
Yeah,
I
an
think,
ascot.
something like that.
It's like
And
an Italian
pirate
scarf.
shirt?
that
Dude,
people
I went to
wear.
his house for a
one of the-
fundraiser, and I was like, "Oh my god!" these
Michelle
are
Bachmann's husband used to wear
weird-looking
it. If you
people.
remember her and that guy.
Oh yeah, she was insane.
Marcus.
Yeah.
He was the one that was
It's
like,
not-
we
you
had a
don't hear
nice
from-
white
you
wine
don't hear from her
spritzer.
anymore.
It's
That's
like,
nice.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Lindsay is a flip flopper. I mean, remember when what's his name ran for president? That was the bit thing they got him on was he was a flip flopper.
That couldn't matter
Kerry.
any less.
Yeah, Kerry was
They all flip flop.
And
Swift
They're
boat.
all hypocrites.
yeah, it's just
Well,
just
back to Ed's.
Sorry,
Back to Ed's point. I don't think that AOC is going to run for president.
Now
Oh no.
I suppose if I was advising her, which I'm sure she'd love,
it's gonna be Talrico.
it'd be
Mark
look,
my words. It's
it'd
gonna
be
be
like-
Talrico.
you can run for president, probably lose in the primary, and your political career is probably in the toilet from there on. Or you can primary Chuck Schumer. You'll probably beat him.
Yeah, there you go.
Given
you
that you're like 30 points ahead of him in favorability ratings, and then you're a senator in New York. You're going to have
and you'll be there forever.
guaranteed long political career there.
You'll
if
be
you
in a
want to run
cabinet
for
at some point if you want
you're
to.
36 years old. If you want to run for president in 20 years, that's fine. So I would, if I were to bet on it, I'd say the chalk bet is she primaries Chuck Schumer.
I think you're gonna see Newsom.
Well, he
and
would
Talrico.
generally retire.
You're better at those
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of
You
things.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're that far down in the polls.
And that's probably
Chuck's
what's going
80.
to happen.
If he's 84, it's time for him to go. I don't care what party he's in.
Who's 84?
Chuck Schumer.
Oh yeah, he's old.
So before we move on from to the Latino voters, I know Steve wanted to talk about the farmers and the soybean farmers,
Soybeans.
and
They
I know
make crayons out of soybeans. Poor kids.
I know my dear friend Chuck Grassley had something to say today about.
He comes from soybean country.
For those who don't know, Chuck is the senator from Iowa.
He's like the only farmer left in the
fucking-
U.S.
Was he
Senate.
the one with the wide stance? I can't
No,
remember.
that was Larry
those Midwestern senators.
That was
always-
Larry Clegg from Idaho.
Oh, right. Larry
Back when a
Clegg,
political
okay.
scandal would ruin your career. Now these people just never go the fuck away. But Chuck Grassley he's got to be the oldest person in the Senate.
Yeah.
Let me check his age here.
Older than Mitch?
He was born in 1933.
Wow.
Golly. So that makes him what? 90,
Prohibition.
92.
knows
He's not even a boomer. He's silent generation. So here's what Chuck Schumer said about. He said, "We've got a farm crisis right now, and this president should deal with this farm crisis. I'm hearing from bankers. I'm hearing from people that are getting pressed by their bankers to maybe sell part of their farm to somebody so they can build up their equity and maybe be able to buy it back. We haven't had this kind of stress in agriculture since the 1980s. Putting 50% tariffs on things that have steel in them when you can't buy those things in the United States and you need them for your tractor to be finally
That makes perfect
manufactured.
sense.
There should be tariffs on things that you can't get in the United States. Why drive up the price of John Deere's because of a tariff on something they need for a tractor when you can't even get it here? It's stupid policy."
You know why I think they do? Because the CEO of that
He said
company is
that?
getting
He
more
said that
money.
today.
He's going to be canceled.
So, my response to Chuck
He'll
would be,
primary him at 93 years old.
my response
I
to
don't think
Chuck
he's worried
would be,
anymore.
I drove
He's on the
through
Tillis train.
downtown to get here, and my response to Chuck would be, Chuck, the only thing cheap in these bars is talk.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. That is right.
So fucking spare me.
Yeah.
You voted for the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah.
You rubber stamped every piece of the Trump agenda. If you really give a shit about the people of Iowa and the farmers that are struggling,
You can initiate.
right,
Yeah.
you're a
You
senator.
can say,
Say something.
You can
Vote
say,
for the fucking files.
You can say only Congress can initiate tariffs.
Yeah.
There is no emergency that requires the government, that requires the executive branch to institute tariffs.
Yeah.
There
Release
is
the
none.
files.
It's
That's
just
all
like
I'm
the coffee tariff on Brazil, because Trump
that
doesn't
sucks.
like that Bolsonaro's in trouble there.
It's not just
There's a
Brazil. It's like
50%.
everywhere we get
Well,
coffee
but
from. It's expensive.
Brazil in particular
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a 50% tariff, and we get most of our coffee from there.
But
I
again,
guess.
failure of the media to not push back on him and not say anything like, well,
You're right. It's not because he doesn't give him a chance to. He makes these such big splashes I mean, Charlie Kirk. Now more ICE killings.
That's why we have this show.
Army in the That's right. Army in the Army in the streets. Like all these things that keep happening.
Yeah.
You're not going to talk. They're not going to push back because they don't have time, and he fucking knows that. Steve Bannon knows that. Everybody that works with Trump, the whole media empire that they are running,
coordinated
they
campaign.
all know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not dumb at all. I mean, we love calling Trump stupid because if you can't say a lot of words like he can't, and you say Tylenol's it's causing autism. I mean. Okay, that's just kind of dumb, but he knows. That's going to create a news story. Him talking about fucking Tylenol it might make him look stupid. He don't give a fuck because we're going to talk about that for 3 days, and we're not going to talk about Epstein.
When Margaret
we're not going to talk about prices.
When Margaret
think
was,
he knows. I don't think he
No, he
knows what
does.
he's doing. They push him out
absolutely
there and
knows.
say,
Nope, he
"Okay, you're
absolutely
talking about
knows.
Tylenol today.
He's the master.
Okay, you're going to the UN today. Talk about the
I hate
floor and
giving
the
him
walls."
credit. I hate giving him credit, but I'm telling you, he's fucking
He's
smart.
in on the bit.
He's in on the bit big time.
Like I said, when Margaret
'Cause
was
he can do anything
when
anything
Margaret
he
was
wants.
pregnant with our last son, he's 6 months old now. I was feeding her 10 Tylenol a day. I said, this kid's going to be the best goddamn baseball statistic. He's going to know everything. Every box score, everything. He's going to be the
gonna
most
learn how to play
autistic man
blackjack.
alive.
He's going to learn how to play blackjack.
Yeah, he's going to be counting
pouring
cards.
rain, man, Hennon.
Yeah, right. Magic the Gathering. I was like, this kid's going to be
I
a
bet we
wizard.
could get Dustin Hoffman on the show to talk about autism and Tylenol.
I think
Don't you
he got. Didn't he get canceled? I think he got Me Too'd. So he might be
did
in
he get-
his
oh,
career
did he?
might have taken a big enough hit that he might come on this show.
Was
Well,
it with a guy or
He's
a girl?
alive?
no, it was a girl. He's alive. He's old. But I'm pretty sure he got Me
We're old
Too'd.
according to the people commenting
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah.
But Tylenol used to
Really?
come in those little fire truck packages
Yes, they did.
because they used to be actually targeted for
I
kids.
remember
They
that.
used to call them little hotheads,
I remember.
Yeah.
because
See?
they were trying to.
2017 to 2020. Dustin Hoffman. He was not officially canceled, whatever the fuck that means. But yeah, they did say.
Oh, we can't talk about Dustin Hoffman.
Well, but back to what Ed was saying about
Sorry, Dustin.
Tylenol.
You were in a couple good movies. The Graduate's one of my favorites
a
of all
couple.
time.
He's a legend. Papillon with Steve McQueen.
Yeah, don't
can't-
offend
let's not
Ryan
talk
here.
about it.
Wag the dog?
Let's stop
Wag
talking
the
about it.
Dog.
Come on, we got
Barry
other shit to
Levinson.
talk about.
Well, anyway,
Christ,
Ed
Ryan can talk
said
about movies for 10 years.
Ed said
Thought it
Tylenol,
would make
and
a
it's
good
like, boy, they
SNL
think
bit.
Tylenol is bad for kids. Wait until they hear about pedophiles.
Yeah, I know. They're more worried about Tylenol than
Boy,
pedophiles
that's
right
gonna
now.
be that might get the files released.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yikes.
nothing
Okay, so this was an interesting article I saw this week about
Jesus.
Trump is
About Jesus.
bleeding Latino voters. In a
Yeah,
recent
32%. He's lost 32%
This is the biggest
favorability.
duh moment in fucking history.
Oh yeah.
It's like duh. Yeah. When you round up Latinos
But-
indiscriminately across the United States,
Well, they might
what
not
do you
wanna vote for
expect
you.
is going
I
to
don't-
happen?
Well, but also here's
He's trying to get rid of them all, and then the ones that are left, he's going to the states that they're in are going to not allow
You ever
them
talk
to
to that
vote.
old lady from Puerto Rico? Did she
He,
ever have anybody visit her again?
She's from Colombia.
So
hold
I haven't
on.
talked to her in a
Same
while.
thing.
So hold on. Here's why I found this interesting, Steve. You'll like this. Joe Peck will like
Okay.
this too. So will Ed.
I'm excited.
This is right near the end of the article. It said this is an obvious opportunity for Democrats to capitalize on this discontent, but it's complicated by the challenges currently facing their own party. While every single member of the focus group said they regretted their vote,
Oh my God.
none said they would back Kamala Harris in a hypothetical
Yes,
election
I saw
rerun.
that.
Instead, they said they would support a third-party candidate or stay home.
How did
So
the
I think that
Democrats
article
make
says
mistake?
more about the Democrats than it does about Trump. Because
Exactly.
I think everyone knew this was going to happen, where they
Yes.
were all going to turn on him, the blacks and Latinos and young. But the fact that they're now turning on him, but being like, "I'm done. I am now completely
they voted with their pocketbook
disenfranchised."
because things were expensive. I think they did, and they're like, "Fuck it, things are expensive. I don't care about. I know he doesn't like me or my family or my color, but I'm going to vote for him because I'm suffering." Now they're really suffering, worse than they were 1 year ago when they made that
The
decision.
ones that are left, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are left.
I mean, to me, I agree with what you're saying. That this idea that they're not going to vote because the Democrats are just as bad as Donald Trump.
'Cause I had the same-
just as bad as MAGA. I mean, it's not Donald Trump; it's all of MAGA.
Yeah, I had the same response you did when I read that. When I saw that article, I was like, "Well, no fucking shit."
Yeah.
And then I got to that little nugget at the end, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting.
yeah,
That's really interesting."
That's where a guy like what James Tallarico, the message that guy has,
it's great.
that would resonate with Latinos. That would resonate
What,
with
did you
people.
get Tellerico on the show?
No, Cal Raleigh 59.
Oh damn!
And I know
Brewers won
Steve and
today.
I have disagreed.
Magic numbers 1.
Steve and I have disagreed about this, about
Yeah, Philly.
the efficacy of talking about immigration when you're running in Western Montana. But, you know, I'm still a firm believer that I think there's a right way to talk about immigration, especially on the federal level, because I think what's currently happening with ICE and, you know, Alligator, Alcatraz and all this stuff really turns a lot of people off. More than you think.
It does.
More
But
than you
and
think.
but here
But
again,
it's not. It can't
he
be your
knows it
major
does.
issue.
Though
Can't.
everybody knows he does. They're going to try their best to not have an election in 28. This is guaranteed now. This because he has no reason to alienate 70% of this fucking country like he has. He had these people believing in him, believing in that he was a better person than Kamala and all this. And Kamala, the Democrats didn't help themselves.
All he
Their
needs
strategy
is-
was horrible. I don't know how they didn't see it coming. I don't
Right.
know. I mean, there's people out there that told them what was coming, and they didn't really listen. They probably didn't spend enough money on consultants.
Well-
I'm assuming, or polling.
That'll get you.
But
Yep, that'll get
but
you.
it's
They
crazy.
didn't have enough
like,
committee meetings.
like when you see he's alienating this many people, how do you see him giving up power?
All Trump needs is his 30% and all their weapons.
Love is
That's
all he
really
needs.
all he needs.
Yeah, here we go.
But he's
That's
also
all
in
he
a
needs.
bubble. He doesn't see some of it because he's in
You're
a
right.
bubble.
He is in a bubble.
You
Big
know.
bubble.
He doesn't see some of it, and the Democrats don't see it. I mean, they're going to have a couple committee hearings to try to figure out what to do next. And
Democrats are even more unpopopular than the president right now.
They're still more unpopular than Republicans, which really
course.
blows my mind. I mean, I just and of course I'm
but why
biased.
is that?
Well, because you go, look, I went to the grocery store.
I don't
and-
hear shit about woke for the last
Yeah.
6 months. They let it go. They're not talking about
So I
it.
went to the grocery store. Hot dog buns were $6, and the
Right.
Democrats go, "Well, we're going to once we finish talking to the committee, we're going to get some Pell Grants and tax
Oh,
credits.
a little musty.
Yeah, some Pell Grants and tax credits for lower income urban areas, small businesses that have been with operation for 3 years or more." And it's like, you've lost me. We're done.
Yeah, exactly.
More paperwork to fill out.
Yeah.
So what upset
it's-
the MAGA base so much? I mean, we had the gender equality stuff that was going on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We had the gay marriage stuff that was going on. Then we had the Black Lives Matter
Right.
stuff that was going on. Had all the woke
Affirmative
stuff.
action.
Affirmative,
yeah,
all
those-
that kind of stuff was just building
they-
up, building up,
Yep.
and then it just bubbled over.
Yep.
Well, there's this feeling among MAGA that they've lost so much in the last 30 years, 20 years, whatever it is, 40 years,
Right.
since the civil rights movement, really. They just feel like they've lost so much. And if you
Shit
have
gives you
to-
cancer, man.
Jesus, it's got red dye in it. Thanks,
Right.
Ed, for making me have cancer and autism.
My first wife killed herself.
Who's your sources? Dr. Oz. Holy fuck. Did you see that hearing? Hooray! No. That was loud on the podcast. Vader, God, you're 14 years old.
Well, but
Okay.
like,
What
like
were we talking about?
well, like Joe Peck was
It's
saying,
going off on-
why did they turn? Why did they get so angry? Why did MAGA voters get so
They
angry?
feel like they've lost something,
And I think-
I
Numbers-
don't know what they feel. I don't know what they've lost.
Number 6, I think, is pretty telling. Now the Trump administration wants to raise the age of retirement, the Social Security age. And I was reading this, and
Another thing against the middle class.
I was thinking about Ed and his rants, and it was like, this shit pisses me off because it's like, look, you're going to work till you're 90 so we can have enough money to
Yes.
give money to Israel so
Yes.
they can bomb people.
And they can have free healthcare.
You're going to rent your 850 square foot studio apartment from fucking BlackRock,
Yep.
and you're going to buy your groceries on an installment plan through some fucking credit card app.
can't
But hey,
wait.
at least no trans people will be playing Division II volleyball.
That is worth
Right?
it.
This
That
is what we all
worth
want.
It.
It's a joke.
It's, yeah.
Meanwhile, in France, they raised the retirement age by a year, and they're flipping over cop
Oh,
cars
they went
and
fucking
burning
nuts.
shit
They
down.
did.
They went
Yeah.
nuts 1 year. I know.
I remember when I was in high school, the retirement age
joke.
was 62 or something. Reagan changed it to 65, and I remember thinking, no big deal,
big
but it seems like a big deal suddenly.
People
Again,
should be more
it's a
pissed than
huge
that.
Again, the
fucking deal.
and the Democrats,
Who
like,
does it
they're
hurt?
right when they say we're the richest country in the world. Why aren't we doing anything? Well, you've had power too to do something about this.
Rich
you
people
have.
don't care about Social Security. They have everything they need.
Do you know that if we just
The
strip
top 10% don't give a fuck about Social Security or Medicare, any of that stuff, because they don't need it.
Yeah,
There are a lot of
Nope.
middle class people like me who need that shit. I've been paying into it since I was 13 years
well,
old.
just don't
And
worry, they're gonna
I should get
privatize
it sooner than 10 years before I
I've
fucking
been
die.
wanting to call it this for a long time. So the Department of War, yeah,
Nice.
fuck yeah, America. So the Department of War, but if you just reduce their budget by 20%, the retirement age could go down, and you could triple everybody's Social Security.
Right, but they don't
And
want
we can
you
all
to.
retire beautifully in this rich country, but we will not do that
Because
we
they
got to
don't-
make sure we got 10 times the military anybody near us.
They don't
Listen.
want you to enjoy your life. They don't want you thinking about art and film and books and sports
Yuck.
and things you
Somebody
enjoy.
has to keep working.
They want you working.
Somebody has to go mow the lawns
So
and pick
they-
the veggies. You
Yes.
know, we're getting rid of all those folks.
So they can go enjoy culture and
Yes.
art and film and sports. Not us.
No, there's fewer of them every day. Fewer, fewer. I mean, the more rich people, and more people becoming poor. Few people having opportunities, and it seems like and we look at the CEO pay, how it's gone up and how it's gone crazy. And Democrats are pushing this message, but nobody's listening to.
Well,
them.
now Florida wants to get rid of property taxes, and it's like, listen,
my God,
listen,
yeah, I didn't see
boomers. The way this works is, you pay into the property taxes, and it funds the school, so my kids can go to school,
Yep.
and I work and I pay into Social Security so it can fund your fucking old asses.
True.
Okay, it's kind of the deal we've set up here.
Yes.
Okay, it's called a social contract, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And now you just want to pull the rug and
Yeah.
say, no, we're not
Yep.
going to pay property taxes anymore, but yet I still have to pay for your Social Security when it's not going to be there for me, or they're going to keep raising the age.
Well, it'll be
that
privatized,
pisses me off.
and you'll make a lot more money.
Yeah, right. Privatize the Social Security. You're better off betting it on a fucking horse.
Yeah.
Papa's mustache in the third, baby. Let's go.
Let it ride.
Steve, is that still the first lesson in government? Is social contract?
No.
Not anymore. It's
No, it's,
wiener off. Yeah. What is it, Steve? Really?
It's 1776. Why I teach the breakup letter, and I tell them this is the biggest breakup letter in world history.
Yeah.
What is it?
The Declaration of Independence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I say until Taylor Swift and Kelsey break up, and then that will become
That
the
will
biggest,
be the biggest
that'll be the
breakup.
Not
biggest
on your
one.
life.
I
pal.
usually get a couple chuckles on that one, but
Wasn't there a big divorce on the show Dallas? That was huge. I don't remember.
JR, did he get
I
divorced?
don't know.
he got
Maybe,
shot.
He
I
did
don't
get
know.
maybe that's
shot.
Dynasty, the divorce. I don't know.
You know more about that shit than any of us do.
So speaking of, raising the retirement age and people getting bled dry by the cost of living constantly going up, it looks like U.S. electricity prices are surging.
They have
I think
gone
Joe Peck talked
insane.
about this on last week's show or the week before. We were talking about these AI data centers, how
they-
much electricity
It's
they're going to use.
insane. Oh, did
Gonna
you see?
Suck it dry.
Real quick, a judge actually told Trump, "Fuck you. That wind power thing can go on off the shore of I think maybe Jersey or somewhere. I don't know. But the one he canceled, it was
backed
80% done. So apparently they can go back at it. But this is the thing,
Even after his rant about green energy at the UN on
yes.
Tuesday.
Dude,
dude.
Don't even get me
Dude,
started.
I mean, it was that UN that thing.
Crazy.
I mean, if you guys, I would Google it and watch it because it was insane.
But they're saying that,
sitting in the
like
way. It's no
AI
bad
coming to Montana, these data centers, they're going to use more power than all of the
Anything we've
household
ever used.
phones we have in Montana.
Yeah,
already.
anything we've ever
Be allowed to
used.
do that.
Yep.
Without
So
their own
your-
source of energy.
Yep.
And we're
So-
selling energy to the UK. We just got that deal to sell them energy, which we're going to need now. but
liquid
we're not
natural
gonna get.
gas, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's all
Well, it was
bullshit
coming
because
down
the
in price.
UK
We gotta
can't
get rid of it.
They don't have the facilities to import it.
Oh my God.
So
yet.
there's not a
Elon Musk will build it
there's
for him.
one in France, but the rest of Europe it has to come from shore. That's why it comes from Russia, and that's why it comes from Israel.
yeah.
So we have these facilities, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast now for liquefied natural gas, but then they can't import it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just like
So- I mean, I don't see the end game to any of this stuff
I
because
do.
obviously this AI. What I mean, what is it?
I do. So it's essentially all that's going to happen to us, like regular people, is we now get to pay an AI tithe. A tithe, we get to pay 10% of our income. It's traditionally, what you give it to the church.
Yeah.
So we get to pay a tithe now to these fucking companies, these AI
Basically, it
companies.
is, so
So
they
a
can-
small handful of billionaires can become trillionaires.
Yeah, and it is.
That's it. That's what this is all
richest
about.
man on the planet owns X,
Yep.
right? Second richest man on the planet owns TikTok, is going to own TikTok.
Yep.
Third
Yep.
richest man on the planet
Yes.
owns Facebook.
Yes. And it's like
That
at
was
least
a nice deal that Trump brokered for Larry.
You know,
Ellison,
it's
wasn't
insane.
at least with
isn't
the
it?
last tech bubble, people actually kind of liked the technology where it was like, oh, okay, I can buy pet food on pets.com or whatever. But this
And
shit,
a lot of people made money.
yeah, this shit doesn't work. It hallucinates. But hey, at least eliminate your job.
it? It writes some.
But
pretty
don't worry,
good
you can
lesson
make
plans for me.
you can make a video of the Sopranos characters as babies, and it's like this is it. We're sacrificing everything for this shit?
I mean, it's
What a
So
joke.
it's kind of like 3D printing. I kind of got into the 3D printing
Right.
boom back in the early
yeah, I've been making
2000s.
guns.
Yeah.
And,
Ed makes guns and brings them on airplanes.
And then my school got a 3D
no,
printer,
take
and
it
I
off.
was like, what the fuck? This is trash. This is absolute trash. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I was into this.
Yeah.
I do have a hot tip for you though that I got
let's hear
from
it.
Motley Fool.
South
There
Carolina
are some.
plus 12
There are
and a half?
some. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, there are some small. There's some small nuclear energy companies that do small nuclear energy
Right.
that are going to probably end up going in right next door to these data centers. That's going to create just their electricity. For
Okay.
them.
You know, and that was kind
And
of a
that's. I mean,
that was kind of a thought I had, a note I had. I said, look, we pretty much got rid of a great source of clean energy, nuclear energy,
Yeah.
because some goddamn Soviets couldn't boil fucking water in
Right,
the 80s.
no, they,
killed a bunch of people. And then we got rid of another, great source of energy, solar power, because it's woke or something.
Yeah, it's woke. Very
and then,
woke.
we got rid of wind turbines because they killed too many birds.
Killing the birds.
Okay, well, let's outlaw cats then.
giving
Domestic
people
and
cancer.
feral cats. Gone.
Let's also remind ourselves that nuclear power is the most expensive power
It is.
out there. Solar is the cheapest,
Yep.
nuclear is
Right.
the most expensive. And they're talking about putting in 12 nuclear plants across the nation to feed this kind of stuff. They even said 3 Mile Island. Let's bring 3 Mile Island back online.
Yeah, let's
I
do
think,
it.
one of the tech companies bought one of the reactors. I think.
Yeah, it's that. I mean,
So they asked Elon Musk about this. Someone said,
about the power use.
Yeah,
I mean, for
about-
it to go up a nickel a kill. Wow.
well, not about.
doing?
Hold on, we'll get there. Not about the power use, but just about AI and automation and robotics. And they said,
Yeah.
when robots and AI replace working people, how will those who become unemployed sustain their lives? And Elon said, there will be universal income, not merely basic income. Everyone will
Oh
have.
yeah. I remember. Yeah, I brought this up.
He said everyone will have the best medical care, food, home, transport, and everything else. So just so
The
I
billionaires are going to give up.
yeah,
Their,
just so I
This is September
understand
of
this,
2024. Is that right?
something like that. But it's
Yeah.
like, just so I understand this, when we won't give you public housing or medical care or a reasonable wage for cost of living increases when we need you, but when we don't need
Yeah,
you,
then you
trust
get it
us,
all.
then you're going to get everything. We're going to
get
give you the
everything.
world.
You're all gonna
So I
get
think
it,
you
yeah.
may be right, Ed, that these people are just too fucking dumb to understand any of
Well,
this.
so like you talk.
Because if you believe that,
well, yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, when you listen to Trump talk him again, lying about wind energy, lying about solar, lying about all this stuff, and MAGA just like completely believes him. It's like, you think you could sit down a MAGA person and say, listen,
No.
bro, you are poor as fuck, okay?
No.
And here you are, a cheerleader for the biggest, richest billionaires, the oil and gas industry.
Nope.
Their
You
identity
are
is wrapped
absolutely
up in it.
sucking Saudi Arabia's dick right now, and it tastes great to you, okay? And that redneck would get so fucking pissed, But this is what's going on. This is exactly what's going on. You just don't have power rates at all these costs explode like it is, and these people making record profits as these. I mean, look at Montana and our power rates.
I mean, I sent you guys that video of the guy who was saying this is why it doesn't work. Their identity is.
I just got a
wrapped
video
up
of you
into
jerking
it.
off.
They're. Damn it! I sent the wrong video.
Yeah,
again.
you did. Please
you had like a
stop-
belt
stop
around your
doing
neck.
that.
It was very weird. Yeah.
I'm not Kevin. all
I'm
right?
not judging. Yeah.
Their identity is wrapped up in this.
their whole lives.
You can't push against their identity.
No.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna.
you're right.
You're never gonna fact them out of the
So
things that
crazy.
they identify with and the parts of themselves that this is their identity.
Right.
And
The
they don't
only
like the
thing-
environment. I know they're
the only thing
against
that's going to
anything. I
change
know.
their identity is when it comes to a breaking point.
Right.
And we have to.
Shouldn't $6.50 fucking ground
Well,
beef be a breaking
We
point?
can keep, you gotta
especially
keep
for these
saying
people.
that. You got to keep saying that, but you can't say, "Look, you MAGA fucking idiots!"
Right. No, you
$6.50
can't.
because it was $4 2 years ago.
These are deep-seated
you have
beliefs.
to, you have to be like, it seems too expensive. $6.50 is too expensive for ground beef.
So you're saying they're that way, because
That's their identity.
you can fact check Trump on everything, of course. Like,
And they
Hillary's
do.
going to jail. No, she's not.
do.
I mean,
James Comey's going to get indicted, though, apparently.
dude, he is.
Sorry, pal.
He's getting indicted, and
I think he's got the Epstein file.
Shifty Schiff is next.
It's very
I've
ironic
seen him.
that
Shifty Schiff.
them all
So he
over.
fired the prosecutor in Virginia
Right.
because they couldn't find anything wrong. Now, with this Comey thing, they can't. The reason this hasn't gone anywhere is because they could not find anything. They've investigated the fuck out of him.
I'm
So
telling
he's
you.
firing the attorney general.
I'm telling you, the funniest and the dumbest outcome is
Yeah,
what's likely to happen.
right.
That the guy
Well,
who
what's that? There's a thing out there that says normally the most reasonable and easiest solution
Occam's
is
razor.
Occam's
yeah.
Occam's
razor,
razor.
yes.
Yeah,
But it's very funny that the guy
it's all funny, kind of.
it's very funny that the guy who probably single-handedly cost Hillary Clinton the election in 2016
Right.
Trump fucking hates
is
him.
now going
How
to
the
be indicted by
Why?
by the
Why?
guy. I don't know.
Come on, does anybody know?
Because
he's
he
fucking-
also
because
because
he's
he
got
the
also
file.
went against Trump.
Because of the file?
Because he's 6'10", he's really tall. I don't know.
Super fucking tall.
Yeah.
And he never liked Trump. Trump took him to dinner. Remember the dinner?
Oh yeah.
And Comey's like, listen, I'm not going to be your fucking.
That seems
I'm
like
not
a
gonna be your
lifetime
caddy here,
ago.
bro. But Trump's insistent on him, and he went and told the truth. That's why he's getting indicted.
Well, and Trump, and he also said, "I'm independent of this of you." He wouldn't bow down and lick Trump's boots. That in that
He
first
will now.
administration.
oh yeah,
He's
he
going
will
to now.
You think
Going
so?
to
Oh
He's
yeah,
gonna
he's gonna
cave?
sing like a canary.
Yeah, but people are starting to figure out this stuff's getting more expensive. I mean, you look at what farmers are happening. You look at farmers and all over the country are starting to freak out a
Everywhere.
little
And
bit
look,
that
you
they're
can-
so underwater.
You can say things and you can make MAGA your identity, but I think there's going to be more people than we think that when they get into that voting booth and no one's looking at them and they can go,
Yeah, it'll be
"All
like
right,
last time.
I gotta vote for this
They're
Democrat.
gonna
or I'm
bite their
gonna-
tongue
I'm gonna-
and vote
I'm gonna
like they
lose
vote-
my farm, and then later
sounds
that
like
night,
a hope and a prayer.
later that night they
But
go, "Yeah, I don't know what happened. I voted for him."
It's going to
Yeah,
take hard
you're
work
right.
among
That's
the Democrats.
weird.
It's going to take hard work among the Democrats. We can't just hope and pray because that's what Democrats did in the last two elections. And
Well, the
fortunately-
last one when Biden won, that was what Ryan said.
Allegedly.
People just fucking said, "Oh my God, Trump was so nuts, and
Well-
things sucked so bad. We got to give this guy." And America just has a short.
probably
ass
have
memory.
and
happened
it,
again.
it depends on who's on the ticket.
Well, we know
Yeah.
Russ Cleveland's on the ticket, and he's out there working hard, and
He's
is going to
working
take
hard.
that kind of
Yeah.
work to make it happen.
And
out there
would-
talking to people.
I wouldn't classify Russ as a radical or some
No, God.
blue-haired
Well, but he
Seattle
will.
liberal.
Zinke will call him that.
He'll get painted. He'll get painted that. I don't think Zinke will even do one public
No,
one
he
public
won't.
meeting
He won't do a
during
debate
his
either.
campaign.
Is he
Campaign.
coming
Won't
on
do
next
debate.
week?
But all the dark money that's supporting him will have all the flyers and everything out against him.
money.
All right.
You can get those
And the
people on.
commercials.
The-
Since we're about 7 years out from the last farm bill and this now shutdown coming around, so now are farmers actually going to freak out because they're not getting the corn subsidies and stuff?
I think farmers are actually freaking out because they are underwater. Their cost of production is way higher than what they're getting at the elevator. It doesn't matter if it's wheat or corn or soy. It's trouble for farmers. And the markets where they've been selling this stuff for, decades are destroyed.
Yeah.
And
Destroyed.
Because of the tariffs.
Well, because of the tariffs and the belligerent,
yes.
talking to your trading partners in a bad way just pisses people off.
just does.
And because it's a worldwide market and you can get products other places.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
My dad said Brazil. They're buying a bunch of soybeans from Brazil, like China
Brazil took
is.
China.
Yeah, China.
Brazil took our
Brazil is
soybean
their-
order.
there's
Like
a-
they just took it.
I sent you guys a graph, and it's not the size of my schlong either.
Yeah,
it was a
really.
graph
Okay,
about
'cause I
who's,
thought,
right
okay,
there,
I
yeah.
got the right one. Yeah.
about who's getting what from where.
Hey, before we wrap it up, though, I want to bring up what's been going on in Oklahoma because it's fucking nuts. Okay, and Montana's not far away. We have legislators that want to do this shit here. They've brought it up. We had a legislator introduce Christ is King for Montana. We had a legislator.
That was our boy down the street.
That was our boy, Lukey Shub.
Yeah.
Lukey Shub. That's what
He
we call him,
did.
Lukey Shub.
Another guy
did
won't
it.
come on the show.
He did
Little
a couple
hands.
other. He
He's
did
got
a
little
couple
hands. I don't
other.
trust him.
I guess
So,
He
but
had a couple
wanna
other
do-
really good bills.
They're putting
too.
turning point chapters in every high school. Really.
Mandatory.
So starting them younger, getting them younger,
Mandatory,
and I mean, this to me, it's very sinister. It's always been sinister when you put people out in the media just to make you hate the other side. That's their only job. Rush Limbaugh started it. It hasn't gotten any,
It's the blue scare.
the blue scare, and they keep doing it, and it's like it is brutal. But the funny thing about Oklahoma is they did get the Bible, the Lee Greenwood, autographed, whatever. So you
In
read
every
the fucking
classroom?
Bible. It's got the Bible. Yeah, it's the King James Bible.
like the Gideons. Yeah.
That's their teaching.
Vengeance.
It's now in state law. I mean, I don't know how the ACLU hasn't shut this down.
Every Every classroom has to have a Bible in it.
Yes.
And they bought the Lee Greenwood Bible for all of them.
This dude, Google the story. It's fucking hilarious.
$85 Bible.
Listen to
Shouldn't
this.
the Bible be free?
It's like $49.99 or $50.
No, that's why those old guys are worried about their property taxes.
Yeah.
You can buy a Bible, a real Bible, for $4 on Amazon. But you can get the
But
doctor's
it's made
Bible.
in China.
It's made in
a
China.
real
You don't want
Bible.
that.
King James Bible.
The King James Bible. So it's got a letter from Lee Greenwood
the real
at the
Bible?
end of the Bible. A letter from Lee Greenwood. Then it's got the Pledge of Allegiance. Then it's got the Constitution, minus the 11th through 27th Amendments. They're not in it.
Yeah, but
At all.
Yeah, and I heard that the First Amendment is redacted as well. They took out the first part about
free speech.
about religion.
right, and it's like,
Because so that they could actually put it in the Bible.
Well, yeah, the establishment clause.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah, and it's like the 11th states are sovereign against suits. We don't
the
really
14th
need that
Amendment, who
one.
needs
The-
that?
Yeah,
And then
the
there's
13th.
the whole
Slavery's-
thing about the Fourth Commandment about not worshiping idols because. You know, when you say the Pledge of Allegiance,
But
you're
they
kind
do
of
that.
You're pledging your
Okay,
allegiance
all
to
right,
a
so
flag,
this is
Too many
which
rules.
really goes
God,
against the
it's
Fourth
so
Amendment.
confusing.
I
Free
think
love,
that part,
man.
Well,
That's,
the
I don't
idol
know.
thing,
I don't know what
this
book
is
that's
what's always
in, but
got
it's
me.
in there in the Ten
That's
Commandments.
always got me, the idol thing, because that is what they do. Of
course.
You know, it is, and nobody's ever done. I mean, that's, Jesus didn't want it, but people idolize him too. And, Trump damn well sees himself like Jesus.
Sure does.
He does,
Lee
I mean, but-
Greenwood,
but
that
to-
fucking
dude,
guy.
it's
I've
crazy.
had a beef from him
Proud
when
to be an American.
yeah, when after 9/11
At least
happened,
I
and,
know
and that
I'm
song
free,
came back
unless
up
I'm a
again.
lesbo.
And right, the next line that he sings was always what I took issue with, where he goes, proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free, and I'll proudly stand up next to her or next to you and defend her still today. And it's like, all right, well, the plane for fucking the desert leaves from right over there, pal.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Enlist.
go.
Like, you're the one singing the song.
I heard the Dems tried to get him to change that to defend them.
Oh, Zemzer. Yeah, defend
they tried
Zer.
to instead of defend her, defend them.
It's actually about Leah Thomas. I did not know that song.
I mean, maybe and hopefully, the country's going to get, because people need to get along and they need to work together. You can't have a divorce like other politicians want us, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. We need a divorce. Where the fuck's the list, Marjorie? You fucking said 2 fucking weeks ago you're going to make your own goddamn list.
Oh, and speaking of
Where is it?
Speaking of
Where's the fucking list?
divorce and seceding from the union, can you imagine if Texas were to secede from the United States?
I can.
How fucking quickly the cartel would take over that state?
Oh, my God.
And they'd be like, "We need military." They'd just
Well,
be like, "It's ours now."
We got to wait till Gavin Newsom's president.
They'd just take it.
And then,
Arizona, New
take it.
Mexico,
Who gives
the
a
cartels
fuck?
would just take them.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
They just would.
Yeah. Well, then they take James Hillary.
I've seen Sicario. I know what's going to happen.
Sicario.
Yeah, great movie, dude.
Yeah, that was
I
a
don't
good
know.
movie,
As long as it doesn't
man.
happen
some
before
movie talk
December.
in
I'm going
here.
to see Billy Strings in December. now.
Again?
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Where is he
I
going
can't
this
afford to
time?
go
Austin?
anywhere.
Milwaukee?
I'm going to
Oh.
Austin.
He's flying to Austin. I don't fly anywhere.
The bluest
Flying
part
to
of,
Austin.
the bluest part of Texas. That's where I'm going.
Austin's
I
cool.
have a friend there
I've
right
been there in a
now.
while,
She
but-
hates it. She fucking hates it though.
Thought
I've
we
heard it-
redistricted that
I've heard it
district
took a
out.
turn.
It's not blue
since,
anymore.
Hot as
Logan.
fuck.
It is hot. Oh, fuck, it's hot.
It's so hot. I wouldn't like that.
It's a university town. It's going to be leaning a little different than the rest of the red state.
It definitely votes more blue. There's a lot of Dallas
But you got a lot
suburbs
of
that
tech
vote blue.
demons there now. A lot of
well,
like
they do
Elon
have,
ghouls.
Yeah, there's yeah.
Elon's brother. What's his brother's name? His brother has some annoying name. Fuck, I'll think of it. It's something stupid. Anyway, we can move on.
Proton.
Yeah, it's something like that where you're just like, oh, this fucking guy. Okay, so I haven't done a special news story of the week in a while, just because nothing's really piqued my interest. But
Yeah, nothing's interesting at all.
I came across this the other day. We only do the hard-hitting news stories here on Beer Buds and the Big Sky podcast. So that's Kylie Jenner, and she
That's a transvestite?
no. That's you're thinking
Bruce
of you're
Jenner.
thinking of Caitlyn. Don't dead name Caitlyn, Steve. It's Caitlyn, not Bruce. Anyway,
He will always be Bruce Jenner to me. I'm sorry.
she revealed her new breast implants on TikTok.
Oh.
And the part that I thought was very funny. If you go to the next picture, so this is the caption that she posted on the photo.
445
And
cc's.
I just
What's that
kept
mean?
thinking how funny it was to
Cubic
do this
centimeters.
in John Gruden voice, like it's a football play. 445 cc, moderate profile, half under muscle, silicone Garth Fisher.
Hike.
On two. Half under the muscle, silicone Garth Fisher. 445 cc, moderate profile.
I don't even understand what that.
Anyway, I got a huge
means.
kick out of it. Just on two.
What the?
You see those Gruden quarterback camp where it's like Spider
Oh, yeah.
Y, X2
Yep.
banana,
Yep.
Z4.
Buy banana.
What
Yeah,
is she
why
saying
banana?
here? So she's saying she got that much silicone, 445 cc's of silicone in her boobs.
Probably.
Basically. Half under the muscle. What the hell? It does sound like a fucking football
It's
player.
so funny, dude.
Oh,
445.
Can I do quote of the week this week?
Yep.
Ooh,
absolutely.
nice. You're going to let Steve do quote of the week.
Are we at that point in the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
All
We're,
right.
we're about ready to wrap
Okay.
up.
All
Yeah.
right, here's the quote.
We were there 20 minutes ago.
Here's a quote. See if you can determine who it's from. To announce that there must be no criticism of the president, or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and
Obama.
servile, but is morally treasonable to the American public. Nothing but the truth should be spoken about him or anyone else. But it is even more important to tell the truth, pleasant or unpleasant, about him, meaning the president, than anyone else. Who said that?
Sounds like Obama to me.
So Ed's guess is Obama. You got a guess, Joe Peck?
I don't.
I'm gonna guess.
Some
I
of that
want to
sounded
say.
old-timey.
I want to say, yeah, one of the Roosevelts, either
It
FDR
sounds
or
old-timey,
Teddy.
couple
I'm
of
gonna guess
terms.
Teddy Roosevelt.
it is
Teddy
Teddy
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. All right.
Okay.
The guy who expanded presidential power more than anybody else.
Yep.
Yep.
Anybody else in history at that point.
It's great.
He had
national.
this stewardship idea, and he said his idea about the presidency was the stewardship idea, that the president is allowed to do anything he wants as long as it's not explicitly prohibited by the Constitution. And
Yeah,
that's
so
what he
Trump's
said.
totally fine.
And that's what he said about criticism of the president.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, how
Yeah.
far we've come. It's a really interesting
You ever
juxtaposition there.
you ever read The River of Doubt?
No.
It's about after Teddy Roosevelt lost his last presidential election, and he was like, "Fuck this place," and he took a bunch of buddies and they went down to the Amazon, down in like the jungle.
Oh.
It is wild.
Yeah.
It's like
Did they
some,
do
they
acid?
like they land the plane and like within 15 seconds one of them's dead.
Yeah,
like
really?
swept
Like
like it's-
3/4 of them
It's
died. yeah.
crazy. It's a
Really?
wild book.
Died from
They
what?
like get off the plane and he like steps into a sinkhole and it's just like yeah, and it's like oh well fucking Bob's gone and it's like we got 8 now. There used to be 9. Like it's crazy.
I thought they were like doing IAU.
Oh, they
or
like
something.
they find all these villagers and they're like this is like 1915 in
Right,
like
there's
the
no-
Amazon.
That's
like it's
yeah.
great. It's a great book
They,
anyway.
they flew down there.
Yeah, fuck, it's wild, man.
Were the
They
Wright
probably
brothers take 'em?
they probably like took a boat. Yeah, but yeah, they die like it's crazy. Like one guy, gets like torn apart by like villagers. Another guy dies immediately when they get there. Like instantaneous. Yeah.
What's it called?
Well,
The River of Doubt.
And Teddy Roosevelt, he was Secretary of the Navy.
He's a badass.
He was
Yeah,
one of the Rough Riders.
He the
who
commissioner of the New York Police Department?
basically subdued Cuba during the Spanish-American War.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting up there. He's almost as good as Trump. I mean,
Now,
he's getting close. Great national park too.
Yeah, I don't know if he had to retire
yeah,
because of
no
bone
doubt.
spurs or not, but who knows?
yeah, no, I'm sure he had both.
We'll never. That's deep in the files. We'll never find out.
Well,
Well,
Tylenol's out, right?
oh yeah, do not
Tylenol's
buy
out.
stock in
She
Tylenol.
yeah.
You guys remember like the 80s, right? Remember
Yes.
Tylenol problem in the 80s?
Cyanide,
They
yeah.
were so they put the drugs in
They
it.
never caught the guy.
Yeah, they did. I watched it on. There's
Zodiac.
a Netflix special on it. It's really good. It's like probably 3 or 4 episodes, maybe more. Maybe it was just one. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But I watched it. It was really good about how the country is just in fear of Tylenol.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking.
Well,
they're
Johnson & Johnson recalled every single bottle.
box.
Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
box. And it all came out of the same plant where this one person worked at.
Fuck, that
That's
must
that's
suck,
actually
dude.
it's a case
That guy
study
must have
at
been
the
like,
Harvard Business School.
I've been like,
Really?
hey Tom,
about what to
the
do.
the secretary of the Food and Drug Administration's on the phone for you.
What?
What? I didn't know that. Speaking of Tylenol, I did not know that T-Pain's real name is Tylenol Pain Relief. I did not know that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Who's T-Pain?
Oh, he's I'm gonna buy you a mansion up in Wisconsin. He invented auto-tune. I don't think he invented it, but he
okay.
like made it. He started singing it with the robot.
We should
voice.
use that here.
We should.
That would be
Be
fun.
great.
I think the
Yeah.
audience
Well,
would love it.
All right.
We'll see everyone next
Thanks,
week.
guys. See you next week.
See ya.
Okay.
T-Pain.